to say that that's actually a very, very good thing to do. I do that like automatically when I do concept art, stuff like that. Because when you're doing a piece of concept art and you do like in perspective stuff like that, that's fine. You know, it looks great, but sometimes I just feel like, how does this actually look? Like, how is this wall actually supposed to look? And then it's much easier to just be able to focus on all the details and all the proportions and that kind of stuff, and not have to worry about perspective, because perspective is, yeah, it makes stuff look different, and it might not work properly if you're doing the perspective wrongly, if you know what I mean. So,
Right.
yeah, it's a very, very good thing to do if you're working with concept art. And yeah, as he said, you just want to work, to be able to focus on the actual details of it.
I think in architecture and set design they call that an elevation.
An elevation.
I'm not sure if, yeah, I'm not sure if that is the same thing for concept art, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be the same thing. I don't know. I haven't heard of that word before, though, but still. But on the other hand, I should say I'm from Sweden, so I don't know all English words. Okay. And then he showed us the finished sphere-crete set that he's been working on. And yeah, it looked kind of cool. Nothing really away blowing, though, in my opinion. But yeah, it looks nice.
it looks complete, and I think that it'll be a nice match in the level, you know, with some color correction and mixed in with other Crete sets might be cool.
Yeah, indeed. So, Wolf Brother, have you come up with any uses of these round pieces yet?
Absolutely none. Although I was talking to you about maybe like using it as a cannonball for, I mean, just environment-wise. But you know, they don't have cannons in this universe, as far as I know. And yeah, as far as platforming goes, they're obviously really difficult to get on. So I'm still trying to figure out how that ties into the universe right now.
But maybe that's sort of the interesting thing. You can use it as to a place that's difficult to get to. You know,
Yeah.
like at the base of a base of a waterfall, although water may not be in the world, at the base of a waterfall where it's hard to walk anyway, you know, might be sort of an interesting place to stick those kinds of rocks.
How does that fit in the world then? Do you think, like, in there, since they have the list of the assets they need, what do you think that Wolfire's planning to use this for?
Well, they've talked about Crete as being sort of a resource, so it's probably something, you know, maybe the different types of Crete have different purposes, so in a world you might need to protect them or get to them, or, you know, if maybe you have to get one type of Crete to, you know, craft a sword, you know, like maybe that can only be crafted from round Crete, which is on the top of a mountain in a hard to get to place. Or, I mean, you know, I think it would be objective, like an objective end point or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, so the rocks are alive, aren't they? Like, they're growing?
Well, the Crete rocks are like those ones. The Crete, the spheres in the Hex Crete set and all that are supposed to be growing.
Yeah, I don't think they're really alive. They're like crystals. Like, they're not actually alive, but they grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, I was thinking perhaps you could put them, if you have a wall or something, you could put an upside down sphere thingy, and like put it like inside of the wall to have like a small platform going out, stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But still, yeah. Kind of weird. They could be used for decoration as well, I suppose. Yeah. Anyways, in any case, they're pretty cool assets, though it could be hard to find, you know, specific uses for them, as opposed to the Hexcrete set, which was basically an awesome set if you just wanted to make some, you know, platforming. This set isn't really clear what you can do with it, except for that it looks really cool.
Right. So sort of it's less gameplay oriented at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and after showing the Spherecrete set, he showed us some Easter eggs that he has modeled and textured and got into the game, and he has put 3 of those Easter eggs into the red hex. What's that level called? Red hex concrete level thingy.
Red shards, right?
All right, red shards. Yeah, that's the one. So if you, and yeah, I think they didn't actually include that model into the release, so you're going to have to download that separately, but you can find the download in the same thread that you downloaded the latest alpha. And
Right.
as I said, there will be 3 eggs on that level that will be kind of hidden, and you'll have to find them. Just kind of like a fun thing to do. Search.
And they're kind of cool. They're kind of cool looking, actually. I put them in one of my levels already as little, Easter eggs to find.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it'll be cool if they. I mean, they're going to have trophies kind of things. At least they have talked about it before. So, which I guess will be like models. I mean, not models. What I'm talking about. They will be like achievements. Is what I wanted to say. So perhaps they could have that like a sort of collectible. So on every level there are like 3 eggs or like 1 egg per level or something that you can find. I think 3 eggs would be too much actually. So perhaps 1 egg per level, and then you get like a small star or something. Or when we collect all of them on all the levels, perhaps you get something, a title or something, an extra level. I don't know, something cool,
Yeah.
just something fun for those people that just want to play the game but need to have a reason to.
Well, if we have hotspots, they would be a good way to, it would be a good way to just have random levels, achievement levels that you could get going pretty easily,
Mm-hmm.
where I'll find the eggs. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really cool. We'll see if they do anything with the eggs. Certainly a possibility, but considering it's a pretty serious game after all, perhaps they won't. I don't know. We'll see.
It's funny because it's a serious game, but they certainly have a sense of humor.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily have to carry over into the game, though. I mean, we haven't seen any really weird or funny things in the game, except for the April Fool's thing, or the 1st of April video that Ori made, and this one, right? Or can you come up with any...
Sure, I
remember
mean,
any other
John
ones?
John put the whale man with the mouth laser or whatever thing shooting off into the distance when he was showing off the race course a long time ago.
Yeah, but I mean, that's they... I mean, maybe they don't want the game to be humorous at all. Maybe they are funny and all that kind of stuff, but they don't want to carry that over into the game. If you see
Yeah,
what
it's
I mean.
possible. Yeah.
But I don't know. I hope they carry some of the humor into the game because, although the community members will certainly see all the references and, just understand them, and it'll be awesome.
Yep.
So that's cool. Okay, and that was actually all for the art asset overview. I have to say, pretty nice one this week. And we'll see if he comes out with the one next week as well. I sure hope so. Okay, and that actually gets it out of the weekly alpha segment and into the community segment. First up, we have the fan art watch, where we take a look at some of the latest fan art for Overgrowth. So let me see if I can find her. Let's see, I need to check the date to make sure which ones I have taken a look at. Okay, 25th. Let's see, we have seen this one, yeah. Okay, so this one's the first one. Made by Krupoplik. Okay, and it's kind of a goofy image. It's, rabbit with, nice top hat and fancy clothes. And the text, "Let's get it down to business." And a nice standard Photoshop lens flare there as well. Pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot to say about it. It's just awesome. And then we have this image by Breg, which is actually a 3D thingy. Let's see here. It's a 3D rendering with rabbits, ghost rabbits and stuff. Kind of reminding me of the tutorial rabbits in Luguru.
Yeah, a little bit.
And on the wall we have like here's a picture from Luger, obviously, even though it's kind of blurred, so it's kind of hard to see. And to the right, we have the Ghost Rabbits again. Actually, a kind of ghost rabbit movie I suppose they've been watching. Ghost Hunters, reference to... Isn't that... What are they called? Ghostbusters? Yeah.
Ghostbusters, sure. Or that, there's that TV show. There's, Real Ghost Hunters or Real something like that.
Oh,
In the US, anyway, yeah, there's a show where they try and prove that ghosts are real, but...
Oh, yeah.
I'm really scared now. I'm really
It's
scared.
okay, Anton, it's okay.
No, there's a good South Park reference here, but I'm not gonna get into it.
Oh, why not?
Because I don't want to sit here and quote it because you guys might get the wrong impression.
Oh, okay.
You don't want your kids to see?
My poor babies that haven't been born yet or conceived of or anything.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah. Actually, but I like this picture anyways. Getting back to the picture.
I think it's cool. I like that it's a very realistic kind of picture.
Yeah, it's certainly not in the same style as Overgrowth, and it has like a really high detail level. I almost said level of detail, but I meant like it has lots of clutter in it, so it looks fleshed out. It doesn't look bare like these kind of renderings often do. So yeah, it's really cool.
Right.
Very, very nice stuff. Okay, so next up we have another image by Zimande, or Zimand, I don't know how to pronounce that. But let's open a new tab right there. Let me just see if he wrote something about this. Okay, back to the old picture again. I'm just going to tell you what he wrote about it. All objects done in Blender 2.4, the old version, GIMP and the Neopaint for the art, except for the coat yellow and orange, which was a material from CG graphic samples. Okay, so made in the old version of Blender and textured with the GIMP and Neopaint. Okay, and then we have another image, or yeah, another image by Zimande. A really quick fan art. I had this idea of a bunny reaper, and here it is. I hope you like it. And there you guys go.
Yeah, it would be like death, something.
Yeah, something death, rabbit death.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that. What's it called? Discworld. You know what that is?
Yeah.
No. Oh.
Yeah, it's like
Nope.
I don't really know what it actually is. There were books first, right? Anyways, Death is in it. He's a character in it, and then there's like another Death, but he's for the mice. So it's like a mouse Death guy. So it's like the Mouse Reaper, and here we have the Bunny Reaper.
I'm the Bunny Reaper.
And there's also that from Conker's Bad Fur Day. There's
I was
a
just
Reaper
thinking
man there. Yeah. And he's actually real tiny, but he's using this megaphone to make him sound like he's really large and stuff.
Almost like a game
Awesome.
just did.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, yeah, but this concept art, concept art, what I'm saying, fan art. This fan art is really cool, actually. I like it. Of course, could have used more colors, I guess, but since it's
I
supposed to
kind
look...
of like I like the duotone look.
Yeah, since it's supposed to look evil and that kind of stuff, the red fits quite well, actually.
Yeah, that's playing Overgrowth in Virtual Boy.
Oh, yeah. Playing Overgrowth in a Virtual Boy, yeah. You know, in Virtual Boy, this very old Nintendo thing that didn't really do very well, but it was like 3D, and everything in it was red. Everything was red in it, so that's where that reference fits in.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, very cool, very cool. So was there anything else? Yeah, a background made by Dragon's Creed. I made a little background for myself, he writes. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's basically a picture of Overgrowth with the text Overgrowth on it. And yeah, it looks kind of cool. I don't really like... It just feels kind of cluttered to me. I like my backgrounds being as uncluttered as possible so that I don't like lose icons and stuff like that.